Alright guys, so today we are going to learn about volume of rectangular pyramids. We just spent 2 weeks going over prisms and now we're shifting gears. We're still solving for volume, but a pyramid is a little bit different of a shape. If you look at some of the examples, instead of it having two bases that are parallel from each other, it has one base that's parallel from a point. So, the volume, there are 3 different formulas that you guys could use. If you were looking at a star chart, this would be the most common one you would see. Or kind of like when we did volume of prisms, we talked about how you could just do length times width times height. And then for a triangular prism, we said you can divide it by 2. So the reason that the volume formula for a pyramid is 1/3 is because a pyramid holds 1/3 of the volume that a prism does. So if I had a prism, let's say I had a rectangular prism and a rectangular pyramid, I would have to fill up the rectangular pyramid 3 times in order to get the same volume as the rectangular prism. So that's why we're dividing it by 3. So you can use any of these formulas and you should get the volume for a rectangular pyramid. Our big B is still area of the base, and the H is how tall the pyramid is or the distance between the bases, between the base and the point from the pyramid. So for example, if we look down here, this height of this pyramid would be 6 because from the base to the point, and the height of this pyramid would be 12 because it's from the base to the height. In a rectangular pyramid, the base is a rectangle. So the B, if you use this formula, would get replaced with BH because that's the area formula for a rectangle. So let's go ahead and get started with some of our practice problems. So again, to make it as easy as possible, you're just finding your 3 numbers and then dividing it by 3. So let's say here, this one, since both of my side lengths are the same, it is a square pyramid, and then the height is 6. So let's say we have V equals, and I know in the last videos I used a bunch of pretty colors, but to save you guys time, I'm just going to use one color. 1/3 big B, which is area of the base, times height, and we said that we're going to replace big B with BH because that's the area formula for a rectangle. So we have V equals 1/3 area of our base, so base, times height times the height of our pyramid. So the base and the height of my square is 5 and 5. So we have 1/3 5. I'm really struggling with this today. Sorry, y'all. 5 times 5 times 6. So when we multiply those, 5 times 5 is 75. Perfect. Didn't know that it was going to roll with me. So 5 times 5 is 75. Oh my goodness. And then you can either divide 75 by 3 first and then multiply it by 6, or multiply 75 and 6 and divide it by 3. Either way, it won't matter. So let's say I do 75 divided by 3 first. So that's going to give me 25. Then 25 times 6 is going to give me 150. So then my answer is 150 inches cubed. So it's nothing too crazy, nothing that we haven't been doing. We're just, instead of not dividing or dividing by 2, now we're just dividing by 3. So we're just increasing the number we're dividing by. So then let's say for this example over here, I use V equals length times width times height divided by 3. So again, since you're multiplying all three of those together, it does not matter the order that you multiply them in. So it doesn't matter if I do 12 first or 13 first or 7 first. It honestly does not make a difference. So volume equals, I'm going to do 13 for the length, just to pick a number, 7 for the width, oh my goodness, and 12 for the height. And then we're going to multiply all three of those together and divide it by 3. All right, so then we're going to do 13 times 7, which is 91. And then we're going to do 91 times 12 to get 1,092. So when I multiply all three of those numbers up top together, we get 1,092. And then we're going to take those and divide it by 3, because remember, it's a third of the volume of a prism. So divided by 3 is going to give us 364. So the volume for a rectangular pyramid is 364 centimeters cubed. All right, and that's all it takes to solve for the volume. And then we have one that on the bottom, it's asking for the volume, but it gives you words and not a picture. Okay, so the word problem says a rectangular pyramid has a height of 12 inches and the area of the base is 24, and we are looking for what is the volume. So here, this is our H. So we know H equals 12. Our big B is 24. So we're just going to plug the information that we know into the formula. So we have V equals 1/3 big B times H. So I'm going to replace my big B with 24. Ugh. So here's 24 because it's what the area of the base is. And then I'm going to multiply that by my height. And again, it doesn't matter if you want to multiply 24 and 12 first or if you want to divide 24 by 3 first. I'm going to go ahead and do 24 divided by 3 first, just so that way it's a smaller number. So then we get V equals 8 times 12. So we get the volume equals 96 inches cubed. And that's it. It's the same thing we did above, but this time it gives us the area of the base, so we can just plug that in for B, multiply it by the height, and divide by 3. And that's solving for volume of a rectangular pyramid.